good. Let's just take that phrase. All right, can we just take that phrase? You have to make some decision, because at the moment you're going do, do, di, do. So you have to decide whether it's do or do, ti, do, ti. Now look at his body. Do you see when I started doing that? Ti, do, ti. Every musician wants to make a crescendo up to that. See, and so they should, because the music goes up, and there's a dissonance at the top, and it's the longest note, and all the things that draw musicians rightly, every good musician would be drawn. And my teacher, who was one of the greatest cellists in the world, told me to start on an up bow and go, just do that. No, one bow. Right, that's the most natural thing in the world, isn't it? Absolutely natural. So who am I to say that Brahms meant something else? I think he meant something else. I think what he meant is that the first bar is heavy, and the impulse comes from the first bar, and then you make the crescendo up to the C and still keep the impulse on the first bar, which means the next impulse is the third bar. You got that? So let's try that. No, there's good. He can't decide now whether up bow or down bow. Down bow. What I would do is go up the C string. And because he says legato, do you see he says legato? Espressivo legato. I would actually, you could even do it in one bow. Careful, not too fast, because you've got to wait for the notes in the piano. I know. No, but it's great. It's great. The energy is great. So you've got a conflict or an ambiguity between Brahms's structure and the feeling of the music. Do you see what I'm saying? So you no, because otherwise you'll lead to the second bar. Okay. All right. We make that E. Do the E as if it was the last note. No, just that's good. Just play E. Just the E. That's where the piece begins, on that E. Do it again. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, do it again, and this time start that way, and then lead up. Now, look, the E. The E is still there. It's been there all the time. You play, and I'll sing the E. Isn't that amazing? That's the same E. So the E's been stuck there all the way. If you don't play enough on the E, how can you feel that? Isn't that what? It's like brilliant, genius. He said it's a big ornament. Wow. I mean, only a genius would say that. But it's phenomenal. I've never heard anybody say that. Really, it's exactly right, and it's an understanding of the way music works that is very rare. 1 in 1,000 young musicians would say what he just said. He understands that there's something called an E and then a huge ornament, and then it returns to that E. So try one more time, and don't rush it now. 3. Now, let me suggest, if you go up the C string, you'll get even more tension. Do it again. To F sharp, now to G, D. Look at the face of the gentleman. He is so happy. Look at him. He understood the piece for the first time he heard it. And Brahms up there saying, "Bravo, young man. You did it." Isn't that great? And it's so exciting because it brings out everything in the music. Let's do the next phrase. Heavy bar. Heavy. Light. Heavy. Now it builds sequences. Sequence. Now the piano comes in. bar. Bravo, 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 bravo. Now, perfectly realized Brahms sonata, as good as you'll ever hear it. They didn't even know they were going to play it. They've never studied it together. It's incredible, except it isn't incredible because they understand the grammar of music. Is that beautiful? Bravo, you two. You're extraordinary. All I can say is that if we taught the grammar of music to everybody, even these little children who are sitting here, they would grow up, and that would be the way the music would be played. And you would be feeling the way you're feeling now in your lives, because music can do that. That feeling that we all have right now, feeling of open-heartedness and warmth and engagement and love and energy and connectedness, inclusivity, all of that. We have that, and Brahms gave it to us through these extraordinary young musicians who know the grammar of music. That's it. So that's my answer to John Rossi in South Africa. Don't wait till 2020. Get it now. Get it now. Should we do one more thing, maybe? Let me look. It's fun, isn't it? Actually. Arpeggione. I don't think we have the cello part, do we? I think just the piano part. Come and sit here. Come and sit here.
Maybe we could play Schumann, Fantasy Stücke.
But that isn't so clear, but we also don't have it.
Oh.
But I don't think we have. Let's see what else we have here. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's very exciting. Very exciting. Can I tell you this? Come here. Come here. You can play some accompaniment here. You'll find your way. Dave, Ben. Yes. Look. To see this, just to see the tune, you could, you can't, there's score reading. Do we have a piano part of the second Brahms symphony, the second symphony, second movement? Bet you can. We'll do it with the cellos. This is one of the most famous cello tunes in the world by Brahms. And Brahms was very meticulous about how he wanted his music to be. So let's try this. And here, play that without thinking about it. Just play it without thinking. This is a piece that exists in many auditions for orchestral auditions. They all ask the cellos to play this tune. No, it's much slower. It's adagio. So, Right, good. Dina, let's do it once. Now, imagine you're in an audition and they want to know how beautiful your sound is, how in tune you play, how in time you play. That's all they're interested really. It's an orchestra audition, straight, you play, show that you have a nice sound, and you make it as, look, he says, poco forte espressivo, meaning really everything you have. Imagine the whole thing, without the piano, just let's do the cello, because there's a screen here, you can't see him. Because in the auditions, you can't see the person, you just hear the sound coming through the screen, okay? So here it is. That's right. That's how fascinating. Let's try once again. Good. Just beautiful. Fill the room with sound. Gorgeous sound. That's a B natural.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit stressed.
No, that's right. This is unfair a little bit because it's a difficult phrase and I thought you would know it. But you're very nearly there and I have something very important to tell you. So,
I got too emotional.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So do from there. Right, good. That's beautiful. And you notice the sound is very, very beautiful. And he plays in tune. He hasn't studied it, so you would practice that very, very hard and then play it behind a screen. Now, I ask you, is it because the top note, but that first note is not on the downbeat. It's on the previous upbeat. So, so there's a tremendous conflict, a wrenching for Brahms on, but the heavy beat is the downbeat, because Brahms knows that everybody's expecting the downbeat to be heavy. So now let's try and do that, and I'll help you with that. Good. And I would suggest it's all poco forte, so make it all big. 3 and. This is the heavy beat, and then it falls. No, we have to do the upbeat. Finish. And then to F, to E, and then to B. Oh, no, that's a B natural. Right, exactly. Do from here. And now the last one. Wonderful. Now you get the orchestra with you to go to play, and here we go from the beginning. 2, 3. begins. To G, to now the violin. And so on. That's the idea. Now, I tell you, based on that, I would say I hire you. I would hire you. You know, I want to say something, a very touching thing. I just did something outrageous. I asked this young musician, professional musician, to come up on stage and play a piece he's never played before. He didn't even know it, in front of an audience and cameras. That's an outrageous thing to do, except it actually isn't. Because you know what came out of it was with a real artist, with a real artistic musician, you can get to the truth immediately if you know the grammar. And he was open and he was available, and if you made a mistake, he said how fascinating, didn't get upset. He could have hit me over the face. You know, I don't want to be here. This is not good for my career. No, look at him. He's beaming, right? Because he is in a search. He's in a search for the truth. It's all we care about. All we care about, finding the truth. And that's what you just did, and you did it exquisitely beautifully. Life is chaos, but it's what you make of it that counts. It's what comes out of it. I want to thank you too. You're just absolutely beautiful artists. Great